Hey guys, so welcome to Braid Girls, and today I have my own little Braid Girls with me. And everybody that watches my channel knows that what we're doing is we're temporarily transitioning from our farming lifestyle to a nomadic on the road lifestyle. And so what we've been doing is just getting rid of stuff, and honestly it has been a huge relief. I'm somebody that doesn't like clutter, but I'm also a prepper. And so the duality of those two worlds is I don't like to have a lot of stuff around, and yet I believe that there are some things that I should have on hand, that I need on hand in order to responsibly take care of my family. And so what we're doing for the RV is that we're cutting down on clothes, we're cutting down on everything that is non-essential. Did I already tell you guys how many pants you're allowed to take?
No.
No? How many toys do we have left?
I only have
For the
one.
microphone.
I only have one left.
Yep. We went through, and any toys that have been left on the floor, we warned the girls. We said any toys that get left on the floor on a regular basis are going to be gone. And so anything that was causing clutter and making a mess is now out of here. It's all already gone to the thrift store. And we got down to the point where they were kind of keeping things clean, and we sat down and we said, now listen, if you care about your toys, you're going to have to show me you care about your toys by keeping them picked up. And so now the toy that they're both down to about one toy each.
No, I have 3.
Oh, do you have 3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So 3 toys and 1 toy is what they're down to. And what I've noticed is that they play with their toys more now than they did when
I
it
don't
was
actually
cluttered.
have any toys because Paige is only letting me rent that doll.
Okay, go wash your hands with soap.
I have 4 toys because I have a little koala, I have an all-glass doll, I have a ballerina doll, and I have a brown doll that's stuffed in the body.
So as many toys as they can keep cleaned up, I'm more than happy for them to still have. It's not a question of me wanting to make them suffer, but it's a question of, even if we stayed in this home, it would be a matter of functionality. If I wasn't going on the road in an RV, I would be cutting everything down anyway because of how much time it takes up in all of our lives to try and keep junk cleaned up. So what we're down to is everyone will be allowed 2 pairs of pants, 4 shirts, enough underwear to last for a week, and enough socks to last for a week. And that's what we'll be down to. And the reason for that is that we go wash your hands with soap. This time use soap, okay? And so the reason we're getting them cut down to that much is so that we can have everybody's laundry in one load at the laundromat. We can dry them quickly. We won't be at a laundromat for forever. And we have enough storage space for clothes in the RV as long as we only have enough clothes for people to rewear some of their clothes that they have and to have clean underwear and socks every day. But that we only stop at a laundromat once a week. Our RV is 20 feet long, and it is 1978 is the model, Class C. And so how wide are your beds? Can you show them with your hands?
Mine is long.
It's about that wide.
Well, the top one is that wide.
Not long. How wide is it?
They're about this wide. So they're not very much.
So they're about 3.5 feet wide, and they're the one on top is just under 6 feet. The one on bottom is just over 6 feet. And then there is a bed that goes over the top of the driver's area, and that's where Mr. Dirt and I will sleep. There's also an additional bed that the table area can fold down into a bed, but we only have 2 kids, so we won't need to do that. I will be taking 1 spinning wheel. I haven't decided yet if I want to take the polywog or if I want to take the hopper. The hopper, well, I can't take the big one. The big one's too big. The Mach 3 I can't take. It just takes up too much space. And honey, the reason your hands smell bad is because you keep licking them. Go use soap. Go.
Sorry.
And so I have to have some wool to do my Etsy projects on the road, and I need my computer. And other than that, we have school books to store. That's the one thing. How many books have I had you take out to the RV now?
A lot. Lots of reading.
Yeah, lots of reading, lots of stuff for school, not only for the girls, but for John and I. I have some really amazing history books, like by Winston Churchill, that I want to read to us. They are well written and entertaining on top of being educational. So I'm really excited about that. But the majority of what's going into storage, here's the thing: when we get back, if we come back to this space, we will be putting a small cabin in the back of our property. A small, like at the most 14 by 30 cabin will be in the back of our property. And that's what we'll be living in. And so instead of putting everything that's in our house into storage, what I'm doing is I'm cutting everything back to the point that it could fit in a 14 by 30 shed cabin. So that's exactly what we're aiming for, is that no matter where we go, we're going to be in a small space. And so most of what has gone into storage, we have 6 apple box size boxes, 6 apple boxes of books that are, for the most part, educational or classical. Really amazing books. None of it is fluff. And we have about probably about 10 boxes of clothing, and that is because I have clothes up through the years for the girls. Most of my clothes didn't really need to go into storage because my clothes, I don't own a lot of clothes. Mr. Dirt owns a lot of clothes. So the majority of the clothing that went into storage was Mr. Dirt's. He is a little bit of a clothing hound. He doesn't like to wear things out. He just likes to constantly go buy new, plus hold on to all his old clothes.
And that is a little over.
It's a little bit over. But if you're gonna have a weakness, I guess a bargain basement clothes is, you could have worse addictions than that. And so the one thing I've done is I have respected his desire that I not get rid of all his clothes. So I haven't, and they're in storage at his parents' now. Let's see, as far as we do have renters coming. So the purpose of that is that we don't have a mortgage. All the income we have from YouTube will be going into us traveling the country and seeing everybody. And if there was one thing that we wish we could kind of change, it would be that we could take our animals. We are still somewhat looking for a trailer so that we could take a few of our milk goats and a breeding pair of rabbits and maybe some ducks. We would really like
maybe a goatling.
Maybe a goatling.
I want to keep mine since last time Paige got to keep.
Why do you keep whispering? They can't hear you when you whisper, so you got to speak up. Well, you sold your goatling.
You sold.
Yeah, you made the choice. I told you you didn't have to, and you chose.
I'm not talking about kombucha.
Okay, anyway. So what will be really interesting is that I won't have my dye pot with me to do my wool dyeing. I will be trying to do some dyeing on the road. I'm going to take one little package and see how complicated it is to dye wool on the road. We're going to try and do some canning on the road with a little pressure canner cooker thing. And we're going to try some sprouting on the road just to see how it goes and if it's doable. Again, what we're really held back by is storage space, but I'm so stinking exciting. On my bucket list, I'm not stinking exciting. I'm stinking excited. Sorry. I have, on my bucket list has always been to live in a really small space. And I hate clutter and I hate cleaning. I don't mind tidying things and having things be nice, but I hate intensive cleaning the same thing over and over every day. Not a reasonable amount of cleaning, but just where you have mountains of laundry and the laundry never stops, and you've got kids putting clean laundry into the dirty laundry hamper because they don't want to clean it up. When you only have 2 pairs of pants and 4 shirts, there's not really any place to hide that kind of minimalism. So what is the most exciting thing about living in the RV, do you think?
it's that it'll be traveling, and we haven't done much traveling. The only time I can remember ever doing traveling is going up to Mom's aunt's funeral and
Her
Boise.
sisters and her
And Boise, huh? And what's the most exciting thing for you?
We're gonna be seeing YouTubers all over the world.
That'll be exciting because a lot of them are your pen pals already, huh?
Yeah.
We have 3 pen pals.
Yeah. It's super exciting. And the thing that, the only thing that bothers me is I really love to have my animals with me. And if we could find the right trailer and if we found enough hosts, it would be pretty easy for us to take the goats with us. But we've sold everything. Okay, so here's some other things that we've done. We have sold everything. Like what you see in my room is all that's left, and that's just because I have some extra videos that I want to make, like the Wolverine videos where I want them to be really pretty and tasteful with bright colors. And so up until the last minute, I'm not going to take my grandma's quilt down, and I'm going to leave my sewing machines here so I can get some bulk sewing done, so that all I have to do is add lace and details. Like if people order headscarves or if they order the homesteading journals, all I have to do is add the detail work. Everything for the most part will be made here. And so everything else we're selling as fast as we can. The girls' beds are already sold and they're sleeping on the floor with their blankets.
Which is a little uncomfortable.
Is it a little
I like
uncomfortable?
it.
You said you liked it.
I don't like how hard it is.
Well, I'm used to it because I was sleeping on a hard mattress.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
We have some foam, roll-out camping foam that we've put in John and my bed, and but they're too wide to go in the girls' berths in the RV, and so instead we're going to take some narrower camping roll-out pads and put them on theirs, and we're going to have normal sheets in there. And I'm also sewing some slip covers for the pillows because they are so old that the fabric is kind of deteriorating. But again, I'm trying really hard to get most everything that we are actually giving away out of the house so that we don't have the clutter to deal with while we're getting ready to leave. And then systematically, I will go through and get rid of more stuff out of the RV and then systematically go through the house and get more stuff packed up. But for right now, I'm doing it in waves. First off, I'm getting rid of stuff so that they're just out of our hair. Second off, I'm getting things boxed that we feel like we will possibly want later. And I'm starting to put stuff in the RV just so that I can see how much space we have. We're getting decals put onto the sides of the RV so that we can count it as a business expense. So it'll say dirtpatcheaven.com with the logo. And that will go to our website, which is just a page that has our different links, like our Instagram, our Facebook, our YouTube channel, that kind of thing.
The only
Are you guys getting bored?
the only thing I know that Danny are wondering if it's going to be a problem is that we have been hearing the propane.
What?
We have been hearing the propane in our
Smelling.
You've been smelling the propane?
Yeah. I think
Also,
So the kids come back from these little jaunts that they take with their dad, and they're not supposed to tell me what's happening because then I will decide that we can't go.
oh,
So you're smelling propane?
no, that wasn't a secret.
That wasn't a secret. It's just something I didn't know.
Also, one thing, we're kind of not sure about the books being in the RV because the shelf we're putting it in isn't that strong.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about that, which is why I'm doing it in bursts, in layers. I have all the books I know I want to keep, and now I'm going to have to take a box out there and actually pull quite a few of them out and cull it down again because of weight. So here's another thing. The likelihood of us being able to bring the goats in the end depends strongly on us having hosts at every 2 or 3 days when we stop, that we'll have a host rather than having to try and find a campground because a lot of campgrounds won't accept animals. So if any of you are willing to have us as hosts, please email us at dirtpatcheaven@gmail.com because we have quite a few host families right now. But our ability to keep the goats and be able to take them is very contingent on us having something that's not a campground.
Because the goat is what I like the most about our farm.
Mm-hmm.
And the baby bunnies.
Yeah, and we'd be able to bring a couple of the bunnies. At this point, our renters were getting ready to sign the lease, and we have a list a mile long of people that want to come see it and that kind of thing, which is really exciting and gratifying that people are that excited about staying at our house. It is a little bit sad because we've really kind of dug in here. You know, I have a strange blue wall and a pretty yellow quilt, and we have a place for everything and everything in its place. But as I've gone through and got things ready to be put into storage, I see there's really more stuff than we could possibly need, and it is kind of taking away from our quality of life to have this much stuff. So do you remember Granny's cabin? Do you remember how it had the beds up in the top and the roof? You were probably too little to remember that.
Yeah.
So the style of cabin, if when we're done,
still have some pictures.
I do still have some pictures.
Do you want me to go get them?
Of the cabin?
Yeah.
No, it's okay. My parents had a tiny cabin when I was in my early 20s. Or no, we were married. Well, they got it when I was in my early 20s, and they still had it when John and I got married. And the way that it worked was that it had, it was probably about 30 feet long and about 12 or 14 feet wide. So it's about the same size as what I want. And what it was is that it had a wood stove in the corner, and it had a little kitchen, a full little tiny kitchen, and then it had sliding doors that cut it in half. And on the far side of the sliding doors, there was a fold down bed that went back up into the wall, so that there was actually a private bedroom space.
I actually kind of wanted one of those.
Yeah, that would be cool, huh? And so they had a bed that would fold down and up that would be the parents' bedroom. And then they had a fully enclosed loft that had 4 inches of foam underneath carpet. And that's where all the kids would sleep. So all they had to do was roll out their sleeping bags, and they would sleep on the floor on top of this really cushy, nice, thick pad underneath nice carpet. And as a kid, it worked so well. They had a window in each side so that the breeze would blow through, and it was extremely functional and efficient.
I hope we could get one of those.
Because I really want to get one of those beds that came out of the wall.
Yeah.
Because I think it would be fun to sleep in them.
Would be fun, huh? So that is what we're aiming for in the end. That is really what I and maybe after we've done it, I'll decide that it's too small and it's not what I want. But I do have this urge in my heart and in my soul that I've had since I was very young, that I wanted to live in a space like this. And honestly, I don't think that I'd want to go to a bigger space because I value my time outside. I value my time with my family. I don't want to be spending all my time with a washing machine, a dishwasher, and a lawnmower type of a thing. You know, I really value the minutes of my life, and I like things to be functional and not.
So that sometimes is what people that aren't video takers do.
What?
They
dishwasher, laundry, machine.
So our plans are to leave at the latest October 1st, but we have some smaller trips we want to make about the 15th of September on. We want to beat the snow and head back south so that we're not driving on slick roads. And then we'll head, after we go south, we'll go east. And hopefully we'll be at Trish's by November, December. And then we will probably stay at Trish's until April. And then in April, we'll head back up so that we can be here to help set up the watering system for the renters and teach them how to do it and make sure everything's okay. And then if we'd like to, maybe we'll go out and we'll do another trip. But we are putting it into the lease as an option to put that little tiny house in the back corner of our property. So we're pretty excited. Okay, I think we're done. Anything else you want to add?
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure. Bye.